Welcome to Community Talk, a public affairs presentation of the MSA United Way and Super Talk 1270. Now your host, Jenna Gullo.
Good morning, Bismarck, Mandan in Western New York. My lovely mother is listening to us, and Fredonia, love you, Mom. This is United Way's Community Talk. Co-hosting with me is the wonderful Amanda Schweeters, Marketing Manager at United Way.
Hello, good morning. Happy Tuesday, everyone.
Happy Tuesday. Hey, today is Free Cone at Dairy Queen Day.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Woo! So everyone stop for your vanilla cone.
First day of spring.
Yeah, first day of spring.
Oh, wow, I forgot about that.
Someone posted this morning on Facebook something like, it was kind of funny, but I can't remember it, so it's not going to come off funny at all, but something about wishing my snowman a happy first day of spring or something like that. It was funny to me because it's so cold and we have so much snow, but that's okay. We're hardy people here in North Dakota. What are you going to do? But you know what makes me really happy is that those who don't have a home have somewhere to go.
Yep. Can you tell us a little bit about that, Jenna, with the ones that do not have a home?
Yeah, we opened up Sunrise Shelter March 1st, and it's just been an awesome experience. I'm there every night because we have to get it staffed up. Once we get it staffed up, I won't have to be there every night. There was one night so far that I have not had to be there, one full day, which has been amazing. But I actually really enjoy being there. So people who are homeless can come and get a warm and safe place to be at night. We're giving them hygiene products, towel, warm bed. We got everything donated. People are so good. In fact, all morning long, I was on the phone, either with the shelter. We hired a case manager, a licensed social worker, dealing with some client issues, trying to help them get some housing and get linked with services. A volunteer who is helping us from University of Mary, a donor who's helping us to raise money. We need a freezer, but even more importantly than that, we need a commercial washer and dryer. Because we have these big blankets that were donated, nice blankets from the Radisson, and they're awesome, and sheets. And we just want to keep it as clean and nice as possible. So, and then sometimes we have folks that literally, they're just in a crisis and they just need one night stay with us at United Way. And so we're able to shelter them. And, we also are arranging volunteers for a couple different things. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we're serving meals at the shelter. So Julie Fedorchak, she is was a public service commissioner. Is she still?
She is.
I thought she moved on to do something else. Maybe it was a dream I had. I don't know. But Julie Fedorchak and two of her friends came last night and served a meal for our residents and also for the residents who have apartments at Sunrise. So it's just been amazing. So if you are listening out there and you want to get involved, we have tons of ways for you to get involved, and we need your help because at United Way we do everything. We try to save money, do things as efficiently and effectively as possible. And Amanda, you've been helping me coordinate volunteers for another project at Sunrise.
Yeah, we recently had a mother that came to our shelter.
Soon to be.
Yeah, soon to be mother. And she has nothing for her soon to be child. And so we compiled a list after sending out a kind of a shout out to the public of how can you help us assist this soon to be mama. And we had such an amazing response to that message that we were able to put together a list of newborn items and necessities, and we're currently coordinating times for people to come and volunteer in 2-hour increments and be able to just give that mother a break, help the baby out, bring a meal so that she can stay nourished and healthy. And it's just been amazing, an amazing response from our community, which I'm just always surprised by. We have a community that is always ready to help in one way, shape, or form. And this was just another one of those ways that they stepped up. So yeah, we are currently coordinating some time slots. We have a few filled, but we're definitely looking for some evening help. So if you want to contact United Way at 255-3601, we can get you signed up for some volunteer shifts. However, we do require some background checks too. So if you can go through your church or school, or if you go through a different agency that you have a background check, we are requiring that just for the safety of everyone.
Yeah, and we just need consistent volunteers. We don't want to have a bunch of random strangers in and out all the time. We have to be respectful of our clients and their confidentiality. So we will train you in. We will get you hooked up with what you need. But if you are able to help, let's say every Tuesday and Thursday night, whether it be with the baby mama or maybe it's helping us check in, we can use you if you are able to make that type of commitment. So if you're interested in getting in touch with us, call our United Way office. We can't just have people stop in at Sunrise, which they have been. Jim is laughing here. But yeah, people have just been stopping in all times, day and night, morning. I mean, it's been something. But just like the other shelters in town, Abuse It Out Resource Center, Welcome House, or Youth Works, you can't just pop in. You do have to respect the client's confidentiality. And so, but feel free, pop into our office at United Way. We're at 515 North 4th Street. And our number is 255-3601. And our website where you can donate is msaunitedway.org. But we do a lot more than just sheltering the homeless. We're going to be talking with Sarah Carlson from CCO in just a minute here.
Right now, 25.
Here's Sean Hannity, weekday afternoons on Super Talk 1270.
Welcome back. I am Jenna Gullah. This is United Way's Community Talk. Thanks for tuning in. You can find us here every other Tuesday on Super Talk 1270. A very special thank you to Jim Walsh, who volunteers his time to make this show the success that it is. Way to go, Jim. And thank you to Town Square Media for always donating their time. Co-hosting with me is Amanda Schwieters, our marketing manager, and Amanda has invited a brilliant guest to share with us today.
You're right, I did. Today with us is Sarah Carlson, the Executive Director of Creative Connections, our CCO, sorry. The Executive Director of CCO Inc. So thank you for taking the time with us this morning to join us on Super Talk. And why don't you go ahead and just give us a little bit of background information on CCO Inc. and your role with the organization.
All right. Thanks, Amanda, and thanks, Jenna, for having me here today. So CCO Inc. is the charity partner agency at Community Options, and Community Options serves all of North Dakota. We have offices in 8 regions, although we're headquartered in Bismarck. And Community Options does employment services for people who have challenges and need supported employment. And that could be intellectual disabilities. It could be challenges with mental health disabilities or addiction. Primarily the programming that I work with our nonprofit is the programming that Community Option provides for low-income families. And so CCO was formed in 2013, and we have 3 programs. We have the Wheels for Work program, the Community Cares Child Care Assistance program, and we have a food pantry and a mobile outreach services.
So Sarah, if someone's listening right now, who are the people you're speaking to? Like if I have a neighbor who is down and out, how can you help them?
Well, our food pantry is always open to the public, as well as our mobile outreach services. We try to connect, as you were talking with earlier, the young mom who came in that was expecting and needing some things. We try to do that.
So what are some things you could do for that mother?
Well, we have things for household, towels, sheets, blankets, baby clothes. We have furniture sometimes that gets donated to us, and we have a van that says "For You Mobile Outreach" on it, and it looks like a circus van, and we deliver. So we can connect people that way.
How would we go about if someone's listening out there, or if we have some clients at our shelter? How is there an intake process, or can people just show up? How's that work?
They would need to call first, so they can either call the United Way and you can get connected with CCO, or they can give me personally a phone call. My mobile number is 226-2488. They can call Community Options, and that'll ring to my office phone. I'm hardly ever there because my job is really to be out and about in the community. But, lots of different ways to get a hold of me for that. Our Wheels for Work program is probably the biggest program that we have. We help the most families with that, and that is a vehicle donation and repair program. We accept donated vehicles, and then we get them inspected and repaired and match them up with someone who is a qualified applicant. We have an application process, and we want to first and foremost match that vehicle with a family who doesn't have a car. And we do have eligibility requirements for the Wheels for Work program. The applicant must be referred by a qualified agency. They must be planning on working. Either they have to be employed, they have to be working with an employment agency, or they have to be in school for the purpose of being employed. And then we also help with vehicle repairs. And so maybe some of the other agencies in Bismarck, we work with like Welcome House, we've worked with Abused Adult Resource Center. Of course, all the programs at Community Options refer clients to the Wheels for Work program. But if there is someone who is working and has their vehicle break down and needs a repair and they can't afford it and they're in jeopardy of losing their job, we will make that repair for them. So my job is to go out and find those repair partners. We have lots of people in this community, business owners who donate repairs, help us with all of that. So that's how the Wheels for Work program works.
I love that program because it's so real life. You know, here we are, we're complaining about the snow and the cold, and yet, you know, we have vehicles. We don't have to rely on walking just to get to and from work. Talk to us about some of your success stories.
I think the biggest success stories are those, and I shouldn't just say it's single moms, but primarily it is single moms because they have the most challenges. They've got one income, maybe, they've got kids, and not a lot of support. So when I see a mom that has been able to get connected with a vehicle, she's got a job, and then I didn't talk about our Community Cares Child Care Assistance program yet, but we've had women who've gotten both a vehicle and then they've gotten one of our child care spots at places we partner with. So I have a client who just this past year got she got it matched with a vehicle, and then she also got matched with our child care. She was able to get a better job, and she'd had her vehicle that she got matched with for a little over a year, about 15 months, and she was able to go to a local dealership and trade her car in and get a little bit better one because she's making it right now, and we thought that was fantastic.
That's awesome.
It is awesome. And people can donate their vehicles, too.
Absolutely. That's how the program can't work unless people donate their vehicles.
And then they get a tax write-off. I mean, people can put it on their taxes, and it just needs to be the fair market value of that vehicle, right?
Right. So if you have a used vehicle that is still in good condition, that's working and drivable, we would love it if you would consider donating it to us. You could put that vehicle for sale on, let's say, in the paper or on Bizman online, and let's say the full fair market value, the Blue Book value of the vehicles, $3,500, chances are you're not going to be able to sell it for that amount, and you certainly won't get that on a trade-in. But if you donate it, you can take that full $3,500 as a tax deduction. It's like writing a nonprofit a $3,500 check, which is a big deal.
That's awesome. If a donor is looking at donating their vehicle, does it have to be a clean title? Are there any of those eligibilities that they have to look into before?
Well, I mean, obviously there can't be a lien on a vehicle. They have to own it, whoever the donor is. They donate it to CCO, and then I go and retitle it into the name of our organization. And then when we give it to a recipient, that way they don't see who the donor is. We don't disclose names unless somebody really wants, their name out there. But that way the vehicle is given then from CCO to the recipient.
Okay.
So yeah.
One of the needs that we find are that a lot of our folks do shift work or work into the evenings. For your daycare, are there certain hours where daycare is provided?
Well, right now we are one of the community partners, one of the nonprofit partners with the YMCA with their YDC North. That's the daycare that's in the old Rasmussen College, and we hold 6 spots for people in our community cares program. 6 families can use daycare at the YDC North. And then as well as that, we will also help families who, let's say a mom who is just starting a job and needs to put down a deposit in first month before she even gets her kids to that daycare. We will help make a scholarship, that payment for her.
Can that be at any daycare? Does it have to be at a licensed daycare?
We'd prefer that it is at a licensed daycare, just so we know that the child care that we are supporting is quality child care. Because we know that kids who have quality child care, where there's educational opportunities and all of that, that those kids, that's just one more little partner that, is going to help that child move forward in life rather than being plopped in front of a TV,
Absolutely.
What we're really excited about, too, is this fits perfectly under United Way's Financial Stability Initiative. We're trying to remove the barriers such as transportation and childcare and education or lack thereof so that people can be on their own.
Yep.
One thing we're going to be trying new this year is a partnership with Neighbors Network.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that you are, I don't know if you have connected with Chris Hall yet. But
we have. We haven't really made our plan as to what we're going to be doing, but it's in the works.
It's just awesome because that's one of the things she says. She's the social worker and has been the assistant principal at Jeanette Myrie for, and she's been there for a number of years, but also in charge of Neighbors Network, which is a program that United Way more or less fully funds. We give them good chunk of change every year, and then their case managers meet in the homes with families. But one of the problems they came to us with is there's nowhere for childcare. How can a single mom get back on her feet when she can't work because she can't afford childcare?
I know. Those are all those things. I know there's someone out there listening who has said at one time or another, those people on public assistance, they just need to get a job. And, well, yes, they do, but if you're a single parent, you need some help. You need some partners in helping you overcome those barriers. There are some challenges. It is not just that easy to just get a job.
Sarah, let's wrap it up and let us know, what do you love most about your job?
I think what I love most about my job is how I get to see how generous our community really is. We do care about people in Bismarck and Mandan. I think the people, North Dakotans, are good, and they take care of their own, and I think that's the most rewarding part of my job.
How can people get a hold of your services?
They can call the United Way if they can. Remember, you'll get them to me, and otherwise our phone number is 226-2488. I did want to mention we have a fundraiser coming up on April 9th. It's an art and wine event with Theo Art School, and it's called Pathway to Success. We're going to be painting a really pretty spring picture. It's this road in between some spring trees, like crabapple trees in bloom, and kind of representing that for low-income families, they can be successful, but they need some partners to come along with them.
Absolutely. Sarah Carlson, CCO. Everyone go to the Art and Wine event April 9th.
Yes.
That's fun. I'm signing up.
Okay, great. It'll be fun.
Thanks, Sarah.
You bet.
Right now, 25. The Red River Farm Network. Ag News is here on Super Talk 1270.
Welcome back. You are listening to United Way's Community Talk. I'm Jenna Gullo, the Executive Director of the Missouri Slope Area-Wide United Way. And we have a lot going on at our United Way. Our office is getting full of diapers and formula. And we have a friend all the way from my hometown, Fredonia, New York, who bought and is mailing in a car seat from Amazon, which is just so cool. So cool that we have such an outpouring of love from people in the world. And it's all because we opened up our Sunrise homeless shelter. We haven't had a shelter in town since, well, gosh, for women and children, since Ruth Myers closed their shelter for women and children a couple years ago. And then November 1st, since the men's homeless shelter had closed down. So we are up and operating, and it is so nice to finally have a home. Co-hosting with me is Amanda Schwieters, our marketing manager. And Amanda, what do you think of the Fall Sunrise Spectacular?
Fall Sunrise Spectacular. I like that name. I think it's great. Like you said, it's so nice to, after all of these weeks and months, to have that one-stop location now, a place to direct individuals to consistently. And we had that before, but now we actually have the shelter up and running, and it's been great to see the amount of work. And we've had a lot of people that have stepped up to volunteer in helping get the furniture for the place and the bunks and all of these items. And I know Jenna had mentioned earlier this hygiene supplies. We do have a donation list because just because we're up and running does not mean that we still are not taking supplies. We still need plenty of things for cleaning rooms and
laundry detergent. We need laundry detergent. We need to raise money for a washer and dryer, particularly a commercial size, because our bedding, we want to be able to do more than just one load at a time of, one bed. Like you said, cleaning supplies. Even we have one mop and one bucket. Well, we want clients to be able to help with chores, and that doesn't make it very conducive for that.
So we do have a flyer that's on our Facebook page that kind of outlines some of the things that we're still looking for. So you can go on there, or you can contact us at United Way, and we can send that to you as well.
Yeah, and we're not a thrift store, so we can't just take everything in anything. We are particular because we just don't have the manpower to be able to go through all the donations and whatnot and sort through. So if you have any questions about whether we need something or not, just call our office. And it's at 255-3601. We have, we need work boots, steel-toed work boots for men, particularly, that are looking to get back into the workforce. We're also looking for some mentors. I have a guy who is or was a part of a gang, tattoos all over face and neck and body. And he just broke down to me the other night. He was talking about being in prison for something he regretted, that his mother passed away when he was in prison. And I said, what's the one thing that would make you happy? Because he was talking about planning his funeral. He really had just zero hope. And he was new to us. And we got to talking, and his eyes welled up with tears, and he said, I want my son back. He has an 8-year-old son who's in foster care. It's like, I would love to get my son back. I go, okay, that's what we're working on then. Yeah. Let's contact social services. Let's figure out what needs to happen, and let's start working towards that.
Yeah. You had mentioned mentorships. Can you kind of outline that for anyone that's listening of what kind of the mentor program might look like?
Yeah, this is the thing. At United Way, we really, really conserve money. I've been called frugal to the point of being extreme. And it's just because I know how important it is when people give their dollars. I know what my dollars mean to me. And so when I donate, I want to make sure that they're going to the best and most important needs. I don't think we need to be paying people all sorts of money to help with apartment searches when there are wonderful people out there. Maybe they're retired, maybe they're, stay-at-home parents, maybe, who knows what their situation is. As long as you have references and we do a background check on you and you get trained in, you can lend your time to help people getting back up on their feet again, and you can volunteer with us. It's going to be a structured program, so we're not looking for someone who just maybe wants to volunteer for 1 hour. That's not it. It's about developing relationships with people. I think relationships, and I think, helping people to get connected with the services, that can be part staff and part volunteers, really making that happen. What I love about people coming in to serve meals is they treat people with dignity, with respect, that our clients are so appreciative and thoughtful and kind. And I don't know, it's awesome. It's really an awesome experience. So, the mental health piece, the linking with, addiction or services or treatment and whatnot, we'll leave that to the staff that we're hiring. But as far as some of the other things like job hunting or apartment searching, we could use volunteers for that. Even coming in to do Bible studies or teaching some skills courses. We have Deb Schmidt volunteering for our Parents United today at Women United at Jeanette Myrie. And so she's going to be giving a financial literacy class to parents of students at Jeanette Myrie. And so, we're going to talk to Deb and say, Deb, how about coming to our shelter next time? And so if you have a skill out there, if you want to be a mentor, get in touch with us. We will put you to work and you'll love it. Mm-hmm. I guarantee you.
Yeah, that's another schedule we're putting together to organize. So, yeah, like Jenna said, reach out to the United Way office, and we'd love to get you guys connected to some of the individuals that could really use your assistance.
Yeah, and one other thing that we're doing is we're providing meals on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at sunrise for the people we're sheltering and the people living in the building. If you are interested in helping to prepare a meal, we serve about 45 every night. And last night we had Sloppy Joe's. We're not doing it on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays because we have the banquet that United Way supports, and it's just right up the road. So people are able to go get a meal at the banquet. And, if they're in need for lunch during the days, they can go to Soup Cafe. They can take a little walk down there. But we just wanted to make things a little bit easier for our folks. And there's some folks who have some, are on crutches or maybe have some difficulty walking. So we wanted to make sure that they were able to, be fed and get their basic needs met so that during the daytime they're productive and they're able to take some steps forward. And then we put out breakfast bars in the morning as well. Mm-hmm. We don't have a kitchen there yet. So we're getting, Julie Dahl is donating an oven and a microwave, and Dorothy Lick is giving us a refrigerator, and we're hoping people will raise some money for a deep freezer because I know Cloverdale's is willing to donate some food like in large quantities, but we just need a place to store it.
That would be awesome because, our United Way office freezer is not very large either.
No, it's not. It's just a standard refrigerator freezer. And so you had a really good idea about those power plates for the new baby mama.
Yeah, so Power Plates is a newer restaurant that opened up north by over at Coleman, and they conveniently pack meals that are healthy. Yeah, they're healthy options. They're great portions, and they're really affordable. And so they're just a convenient way of providing a meal. And so that was one of the great options that we have for the new mama to be. While she's going to be probably needing assistance for a few weeks, these will be convenient meals that anyone can pick up and donate. And if they want to, they can just contact the United Way office and bring them by our office until we get a fridge fully functioning at the new shelter. But they're super convenient options. Like I said, affordable and really great nutritious meal.
Yeah, and so we have tons of ways to help. And then there's some folks that, we were talking about how long are we going to let them be at Sunrise because it is free. And so typically it's going to be 30 days. But we're full right now for women and children. So we don't want to be turning people away. So we are transitioning people to to places that have housing available. So, for example, Ruth Myers, you have to pay $60 a week per adult. But we have some women that we can give them that option. And Welcome House, you pay $25 a week, and they have some openings as well. And so if we're able to transition people to transitional housing is what it's called, they do need to have an income to be able to make that work. So we're trying to get people up on their feet again. We have some folks that we've moved out to their own apartments and that are doing really well and still stay connected to us, which is important. It's that case management piece that is so integral to success. So, all right, we will be talking about Day of Happiness, which is today.
Yes, it's today, and it fits conveniently with giving back to the community.
All right, join us in just a couple minutes.
Currently 28.
On Twitter, Facebook, online, and YouTube. supertalk1270.com.
Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. You are listening to United Way's Community Talk. I'm Jenna Gullo, the Executive Director of United Way, and needing you to get involved if you are taking your lunch a little bit early and tuning in on the ride to Subway. You can get involved. We need you. We are trying to raise money for a commercial washer and dryer at our United Way shelter, Sunrise. So if you're able to, send in a check or go online to msaunitedway.org. And if you're looking for volunteer opportunities, I was on the phone all morning long with folks. Calvin Hullet called. He's been a huge help. He and Amy are always a huge help. Julie Fedorchak. We need you, and we will put you to work, whether it's helping with meals, helping to clean, helping with intake. You name it, we need it. So get in touch with us. But don't just stop in at Sunrise. Go to our United Way office at 515 North 4th Street. So co-hosting with me today is Amanda Schwieters. She's our marketing manager at United Way, and she brought a very important guest for her debut radio interview.
Yes, I did. A couple weeks ago, I had a very amazing 10-year-old walk into my office and approach United Way's office to see if we would be willing to partner with International Day of Happiness. So I am just thrilled to have Alexis Thompson, Miss Pre-Teen Flickertail State International 2018 with us today here live on Super Talk. So welcome, Alexis. And I was wondering if you could give us a little breakdown, because I think you can explain it much better than me, of what is International Day of Happiness.
Well, in 2011, the United Nations established March 20th as International Day of Happiness to spread happiness around the globe. It's a day that recognizes the importance of happiness, and it's a day where people are encouraged to do things that make them happy.
Oh my God, I love that, because that just makes me happy just thinking about it. And your smile makes me happy.
Oh, thanks.
So what have you been doing today for the Day of Happiness?
Well, I was at my school, and we created a happy paper chain. All of the kids got to write down things that made them happy, and we linked them together and hung them outside.
What kind of things made the kids happy?
Pets, family members, after-school activities, God, things like that.
Wow. How long did this chain? I bet it was super long.
It was down the whole elementary hallway.
Oh, that's so awesome.
So it was a good reminder that happiness spreads everywhere.
And I mean, it just makes you happy when you spread happiness.
It does.
Do you do a lot of things? I've heard some rumors that you are just all about being intentional about making other people's day.
I do. I love making other people's day. I have about a 30-minute presentation that I like to give at different organizations.
Well, I say you start right now, right, Jim? It's okay. We'll just, the heck with the news. Let's just hear Alexis.
Right?
But yeah, so what kinds of things do you do to spread happiness?
I can talk about my platform and how you can choose happiness for oneself by living a healthy lifestyle and making positive choices, as well as choosing happiness for those around us by living by the golden rule, serving others, volunteering, and not bullying.
Oh my goodness. I love it.
Yeah.
Especially bullying. You know, is that pretty big nowadays in the schools?
It is, yes, but it's nice to have schools like my own that are putting an end to it.
What school do you go to?
Shiloh Christian.
Go Shiloh.
Yes.
I love Shiloh.
So, Alexis, can you explain to us a little bit about this happy cafe that we've got going on today?
Yeah, because I'm looking forward to a big cup of Java.
I know.
All right, sure. So on International Day of Happiness, people all around the globe are starting happy cafes. I wanted my community to have a place to spread happiness to others and to create happiness for themselves. So I partnered with you guys, the United Way, to give my community 31 different agencies to volunteer with. And today, if you bring a non-perishable breakfast item for the new homeless shelter, you get 10% off of a beverage. And so that's awesome, right? Coffee and serving others. Like, what can be better?
What can
right?
be better? So where do people go for this?
It's at Bone Shakers Coffee Company, and it's for 1 to 4 on 1501 Mapleton Avenue.
So people just show up.
Yep.
And they get a discount.
If you bring a non-perishable breakfast item. So
do
that
good idea.
Do that if you come.
So we're looking for anything like breakfast bars, protein bars.
Definitely. Just stuff that they can take on the go.
Yep. And for all sizes and shapes. I mean, we have men, women, and children at our United Way homeless shelter.
Yes.
So now when people are at the Happy Cafe, other than the discount, which makes them very, very happy, are there other things going on?
There's live music, and there is a happiness wall.
What's that all about?
Well, so there are different questions, and you can take a sticky note and write down your answer and stick it on the wall. But the wall will become permanent at Sunrise Homeless Shelter that the United Way is starting.
That is just so cool.
Thanks.
So then all of our clients are going to be able to read what
makes people happy.
What makes people happy. That is super neat. So when you talk about service, Alexis, you've been all over this town. Tell us about some of the things that you've been doing.
I love to do banquets. I'm a spokesperson for the American Heart Association, and I go to different luncheons there, and that's exciting. Like I said, I do a 30-minute presentation, and that makes me really happy. I do benefits and help raise money for people who are less fortunate, and I just love to do anything and everything that I can.
All at age 10.
Yeah. And I think you're being a little humble, too, because when you met with us, your biggest reason wanting to partner with United Way was you wanted to reach the masses and agencies. And so being able to help so many people in different groups was really something that you were super passionate about. And so we're excited to do that today because we're going to be showing people some fun ways that they can get connected with volunteer opportunities in the community, right?
Of course.
Yeah. So
And you're going to be walking people through Volunteer BizMan, which is United Way's largest platform for connecting people to volunteer work.
Yes.
So it's a wonderful resource that not many people know about. So today, if you come to the Happy Cafe at what times again?
1 to 4.
They can come donate an item, get some delicious coffee, some treats, listen to live music, which I think everybody gets super happy about. And then they can also get a little bit of a walkthrough of our Volunteer BizMan website and learn about all of these different ways they can give back and really make people happy through service.
Alexis, you're Miss Pre-Teen Flickertail State International. That is quite a title. How'd you get that title?
I was awarded this title in January for my good works of service last year as Miss Junior Teen North Dakota.
That's amazing. So as Miss Flickertail State International, what are some of the duties beyond what you've talked about that's required? Do you have an upcoming pageant for?
Yes, I'm going to nationals in July in Charleston, West Virginia.
Whoa, how exciting.
Yes.
And so what are some of the components of the pageant?
Well, there is interview, which is your biggest portion of your score.
Mm-hmm.
You get 2 minutes to talk with each judge, and they score you on how well you can talk about your platform and on how well you can just be yourself and talk to the judges like you would to anybody else.
Yep, and that is the most important, and that will carry you so far in life.
Yes, we also have fun fashion wear, which is a gown of your choice that you can just express yourself with and just be you. And then the last one is evening gown.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm friends on Facebook with your mother, and I am going to be rooting you
Be
on,
friends with
girl.
me too.
You're on Facebook?
I am.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I will definitely send out a friend request. Although, I'm mostly on Snapchat these days.
Oh, okay.
I'm kidding.
I
I'm
know.
just on
All
Snapchat
right.
with my nieces and nephews. So, okay, International Day of Happiness is today. So,
Yes.
if you
Celebrate.
are not happy, you get in touch with us at United Way. You come see us at Bone Shaker Cafe anytime this afternoon, 1 to 4
Yes.
p.m. Come support Miss Alexis Thompson, Flickertail State International 2018. Such a smart 10-year-old. Thanks, Alexis, for joining us. And thanks for tuning in, everyone at United Way and all of our supporters, because we really do need you to make all of this work. We talk so much about the homeless and the shelter that we just started, because that's been on the forefront of our mind. But remember, we have 30 plus other programs in the community that need your help just as much. You can designate to those programs. You can receive services from either getting a book every single month in the mail, or maybe it's you need to get some meals at the banquet, or maybe you're a victim of domestic violence. You can go to Abused Adult Resource Center. Maybe you're a senior. Renee Kipp at Burleigh County Senior Center is an amazing director. So if you have any questions, or you want to get linked to services, or you want to help, go to MSA United Way. Thanks for tuning in.